Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Have you ever wondered how plants, without a heart or blood circulation like humans, manage to transport water, nutrients and energy across their entire structure? How does a towering tree lift water from its roots to its highest leaves? The secret lies in an intricate system known as transport in plants. In today's episode of Knowledge Chronicle, we will explore how plants move substances using diffusion, active transport, xylem, phloem, and specialized transport proteins. We'll uncover the fascinating mechanisms that help plants survive and grow, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why this system is nothing short of a biological marvel. If you love science and enjoy learning about how nature works, stay tuned till the end because this is going to be exciting. Plants are living organisms, and like all living things, they require essential substances to survive. However, unlike animals, they lack a circulatory system with a pumping heart. Instead, they rely on specialized transport mechanisms to distribute necessary elements, including water, absorbed by roots and transported to leaves for photosynthesis, mineral nutrients, essential for plant growth, metabolism, and enzymatic reactions, organic nutrients, sugars, produced in the leaves via photosynthesis and distributed to other parts. Plant growth regulators, hormones, help in growth, flowering, and fruiting. Now let's explore how plants move these substances, starting with simple diffusion. Plants use three primary transport methods, each suited for different needs. Diffusion, the simplest form of transport. Diffusion is a passive movement of molecules from an area of higher concentration to lower concentration until equilibrium is reached. It doesn't require energy and occurs naturally due to molecular motion. Example, when you spray perfume in one corner of a room, the scent spreads everywhere due to diffusion. Similarly, in plants, oxygen diffuses from the air spaces inside leaves to the atmosphere, and carbon dioxide diffuses in for photosynthesis. Key factors affecting diffusion: concentration gradient. The higher the difference, the faster the diffusion. Membrane permeability determines how easily molecules pass through. Temperature: higher temperatures speed up movement. Pressure affects the rate of diffusion in plant cells. However, diffusion is a slow process and works only over short distances. This limitation led plants to evolve specialized transport mechanisms to move substances more efficiently. Facilitated diffusion, when transport needs a helping hand. Some molecules are too large or hydrophilic, meaning they are water-attracting, to pass through the cell membrane by simple diffusion. In such cases, facilitated diffusion helps by using transport proteins embedded in the membrane. For instance, water moves through aquaporins, which are special protein channels designed to speed up water transport. Similarly, large molecules like sugars and amino acids pass through specific carrier proteins. Now let's talk about the characteristics of facilitated diffusion. First, it is selective. Only specific molecules pass through. Second, it reaches a saturation point, meaning it is limited by the number of available proteins. Lastly, it remains passive. No energy is required, but it still follows the rule of moving substances from high to low concentration. But what if a plant needs to move something against the concentration gradient? That's where active transport comes in. Active transport, the energy-powered pump system. Unlike diffusion, active transport requires energy, specifically ATP, to move molecules against a concentration gradient, from low to high concentration. This is essential when plants need to absorb nutrients from the soil, where certain minerals may be in lower concentration compared to inside the root cells. For example, plant roots use active transport to absorb potassium ions, or K+, from the soil, even when their concentration is lower outside. Without active transport, plants wouldn't be able to obtain essential nutrients efficiently. Now let's look at the characteristics of active transport. First, it is energy dependent. It requires ATP. Second, it allows movement against a concentration gradient. And third, it is highly selective, just like facilitated diffusion. Apart from passive and active transport, molecules move in different ways based on direction. A single molecule moves in one direction across the membrane. For example, hydrogen ions or H+, are transported into a plant cell through a uniporter. Two molecules move in the same direction through the same protein channel. For instance, plants transport glucose along with sodium ions, or Na+, into cells simultaneously. Two molecules move in opposite directions. A good example is the sodium-potassium pump, where sodium ions move out of the cell while potassium ions move in, maintaining a balance of nutrients. Plants have two specialized tissues for transporting water, nutrients, and food across their bodies. Xylem, the water transporter. Xylem carries water and minerals from the roots to the leaves using three forces. Root pressure. Water moves into roots, creating upward pressure. Capillary action. Water sticks to xylem walls and moves upward. Transpiration pull. Water evaporates from leaves, pulling more water up through the xylem. Imagine drinking a soft drink through a straw. Water moves similarly in xylem. Phloem, the food transporter. Phloem transports sugars and nutrients from the leaves to all parts of the plant through a process called translocation. How it works. Sugars produced in leaves create high pressure, pushing nutrients toward areas of low pressure, such as roots and developing fruits. This ensures all parts of the plant get the energy they need. Think of xylem as a road carrying water upward, while phloem distributes food downward and sideways. Understanding plant transport mechanisms helps us in agriculture. Farmers can improve crop nutrition and maximize yields. Environmental science. Scientists can develop drought-resistant plants by studying water transport. Botany research helps explain how plants survive in extreme environments, from deserts to rainforests. Without these transport systems, plants wouldn't grow, produce oxygen, or sustain life on Earth. Plants may not have hearts or veins, but their transport systems are just as fascinating. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, don't forget to like this video. It helps us create more amazing content. Share it. Spread knowledge with your friends and family. Subscribe to Knowledge Chronicle. Join us for more incredible science stories. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep learning.